All right, we back up in this thing for another rendition, another installment, another episode of Cigars, Styles, Sounds, Stocks, and Strength. I'm your boy, Bishop, the vibe coordinator, vibe liaison on the ones and twos. I got my boy over to my right over here, Matt, 10,000 watts, Big Sherm Dog on my left. We just here to talk a little bit about these cigars and how they can be a conduit to a whole lot of different things throughout life. Uh, I figured today we'll talk about the good old strength aspect of it. Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about everything else, but we're gonna start off with strength, and there are different levels to the strength aspect. Of course, you got your muscles, you got your body, you got your all the stuff that we do, but you also got your mind. You got it's just so many different things to it. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what is your aspect, your thoughts on strength? What's up with you, Sherman? What you think about
Well,
when you say strength?
for me, man, health and wellness goes hand in hand with cigar. You don't smoke this, like as you know, you're even though they tell you not to inhale, there's still smoke going into your lungs. So you definitely got to make sure your health is good. But for me, it's more so make sure you're getting in the gym. You know, getting in the gym every day, at least 5 times a week if you can. Get you at least 30 to 45 minutes minimum in that gym. Get your health up, get you some cardio in, just do some stuff that's gonna enhance your lungs to where you can smoke these cigars because a lot of people out here smoke 2, 3 times a day. So I just think the health and wellness side of it is real important, and then the mental side of it is as far as me, they're relaxation. They allow me to go to spaces mentally when I'm just bogged out with work or bogged out with personal stuff. So I really think cigars and strength goes hand in hand from fitness to mental health to making sure your emotions are in check and so forth. So
Indeed,
yeah.
I can dig. I can dig. What you think about that?
Oh man, the strength side for me, man, it really started off for me just I wanted to increase my muscle tone, right? I wanted to look better in my shirts, look better in my clothes, right? And then this lifestyle just took a whole different path for me. It became just the way I live now, right? So you know how we do. We work out 5 days out the week. We in that thing for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on who working out with us.
Right.
But this, like Sherm said, this puts me in a space to be able to recover from the day,
Mm-hmm.
get my mind refreshed. I'm able to push that weight to get any type of frustrations that I might have from my day to day out of there. But also, I feel like I'm a teenager again. The more I started lifting, the more I started working out with my friends, the more I started to feel like a younger person again. You know, I feel like now with cardio, adding cardio to the strength side of everything that we do, and really pushing our legs, doing a lot more legs. I feel like man, I got a brand new body.
Right.
You know,
Indeed.
like I said, from smoking these, they don't affect me. Like when I was younger, it didn't work out as much. But now, what I'm saying, that's just a part of my lifestyle.
I got a question, not to cut you off, but I got a question for y'all. What's a good routine to have as far as working out? What's like a good routine to have if you just starting to get in the gym? It's 2025, it's January. Everybody has their New Year's resolutions. How do you practice in December what you started in January? So what's a good thing?
I would say that first off, you got to have an idea of what you want to do, what you want to work on, and then after you got that idea, then you just start, I guess, nipping or nicking at it. So let's say you want to work on your chest. Don't just go to the gym. Start doing push-ups at the crib. Start doing push-ups. Start stretching out your muscles. Those type of things, and then gradually work your way to the gym. everybody says, well, I got to immediately get to a gym to get the results that I'm looking for. But when you get to the gym, you expect their results immediately. And then you mad because you ain't getting that results. Then you back on the couch and like, fuck it, I'm not looking at, or I'm not seeing what I want, so I'm not going no more. But you didn't take those gradual steps to get there. Same thing with legs, same thing with biceps, triceps. You can even take that to your mental aspects, your mental health. Start, if you want to get your mental right, start praying, start reading books, start looking at things to, your Zen type moments. Mm-hmm. And then, see what else. Everything is a gradual step. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think just for me, the way I started was I started out going to the gym 3 days out the week, right? And it was super challenging at first because that first day I was sore as hell.
Yeah.
Right? I was super sore. Arms were sore, chest was sore, everything was sore. So once I got past that initial soreness, I started to enjoy that soreness, right? Because that meant I was working hard. I was ripping my muscles, but also building them back up, giving them a chance to recover. But like I said, when I first started, man, we were doing an endurance day and then a heavy day, right? And the best thing about working out with Kevin, Sherm, it was never like an ego workout. It was always, what can you lift?
Right.
What's going to be challenging for you? So Kevin was lifting more than me. Mm-hmm. So Sherm was lifting more than me, but it wasn't no type of shame or anything for me to be lifting what I was lifting, because at the end of the day, I started to learn that it's not me against Kevin. It's not me against Sherm. It's me against me. Right? So coming in, you know what I'm saying, we were just doing basically just bench, triceps. Then we go to another chest exercise, tricep, and then we was done. Right? And from working out for that 45 minutes, I was sore, like so sore. But once I got past that, like I said, it became, enlightening.
Indeed.
So what do you tell the person that's intimidated to come in the gym? Just like we talked before about being intimidated to go in a cigar lounge. You see the people that's in there and you don't feel like you fit in. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are intimidated by going to the gym, but they don't feel like they fit in. They feel like, oh, I'm overweight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or they feel like I can't lift nothing. I know when we're doing our workout sessions, a lot of people say they're gonna come work out with us, but never do. Indeed. And talking to some people, y'all too far gone, man. For me, man, I ain't. And like, what advice would y'all give somebody that just like, hey, I'm just getting started, but I want to get it in with y'all. Ladies, same thing. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of ladies be intimidated because they don't want to be hit on when they come in the gym.
Yeah, I think the best thing is finding a place where you can work out to where there's no judgment. Right? There's no judgment, there's no egos, there's no competition in the gym, right? And then from there, you got to really have your mindset set to where you want to improve your body, right? Because, I was intimidated going into the gym, but these my partners. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And in the moment I learned where they were like, what can you lift? Mm-hmm. Not what we lifting, what can you lift? Mm-hmm. That's when it became understood that, okay, it's just me against me. Mm-hmm. But like I said, in order for you to improve in anything in life, you got to get past that initial step. You know what I'm saying? Once you take that first step, you on the road.
There's nothing better than like-minded individuals. When you get somebody that has the same mindset as you and is willing to push you, that's your threshold. That's going to push you through the next level. So when I first started, I was doing a whole bunch of push-ups by myself. And then Big Chris came in there like, yo, let's get in the gym. And then he pushed me to because he wanted to lose weight. I was trying to just do what I need to do to get to another stature. And that's was that like-mindedness. You know what I mean? Then you came in, then Glenn came in, and Sherm came in, and now we have these like-minded individuals that say, okay, we can get into this gym and we all have an attitude or a mindset to be what's best for myself. What do I need to work on? Even though we have our routine down now, we still are like, hey, I got to go because I know Sherman's going to be there. I got to go because I know Matt is going to be there. I got to go because I know Glenn is going to be there. I know there's somebody there that's going to push me to the next level. I got to go because nephew's going to be there. You know, it's that mindset that you got to have. And if you get in there and you need somebody or you don't know how to go, get up in there, just look. When you go to the gym, look and see, okay, this machine, that machine, this workout, that workout. What do I need to work on? Then talk to somebody. You talk to somebody, talk to anybody. Then see what they're trying to do, see what you're trying to do, and see if that person can push you or propel you to that next level. And if they can't, you find somebody else. Yeah. You know, just that simple. You know what I'm saying? But don't get to the point where you're like, well, they ain't doing what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna do it by myself, and then you figure that it ain't working, so I'm gonna quit. You know, quitting is never the answer in anything. You know, just keep on driving, keep on doing, and if somebody's gonna be like, hey, I saw you over there working out. If you do this and do that, then you probably get better results. Yeah. Well, let's work out together. There it is.
Yeah. Like I say, the main thing with me was having people that was open to teach me, and I was open to learning. Right. Like my mind was completely open to be able to say, okay, I'm pushing this weight, but how's my form? Mm-hmm. Right? Because that's the main thing you want to learn when you start working out is not to come in and try to lift super heavy and try to keep up with somebody that's been doing this for years. You want to come in there and start where you start at, but also work on your technique so that it becomes muscle memory. Indeed. Right? Because, we all got days where we don't want to lift. You know what I'm saying? We got days where we don't want to live, we don't want to work out, we just want to go sit on our couch. Mm-hmm. Right? But the best thing about working out with my community is I know if I show up, they're gonna give me that energy that I need. Exactly. Right? They're gonna give me that push that I need. And once I start, it ain't no stopping. Right? We're gonna finish, we can talk about it after we get through. So, I think that's the main thing is finding somebody that's gonna push you, but also somebody that's going to make sure and hold you accountable because they see what's in you.
Start somewhere. Go somewhere small. Go to your apartment complex. If you live in an apartment, go to your apartment complex. Go to a recreation center. Mm-hmm. Go somewhere where the fitness center is small. Don't go to the bigger. Don't go to the big ones. Yeah. Because that can be intimidating at times. I hear a lot of people, I went to the fitness center, and then you look around and you see all these muscles and abs, and for women, you see women with the bodies you want, and fellas, and you just get discouraged because you're intimidated because you feel like they're watching you. So I would just tell anybody, man, when you first get in the gym, like you said, start at home. Mm-hmm. But then check with your apartment, see if they got one. Mm-hmm. Go in there's probably maybe 1, 2, if anybody in there, until you get comfortable enough to start working out among. I mean, when you're ready to go to the big fitness centers, then do that. But start somewhere small.
Now, on a B side to that question, we as African American men, black men, we were taught strength is conducive to a lot of things that we live in life. Mm-hmm. So I saw that. Now this is probably going to be just way off, but it makes a little sense. So the chivalry aspect, and chivalry is a part of strength. You have your woman inside, your woman outside. Open doors like that. So if I open my door for my woman and I walk through, that means that I'm showing strength. That means that anything that comes to that means I'm supposed to protect, or I'm supposed to take the hit first. If I'm walking outside, on the street, close to the curb, I'm supposed to walk close to the curb. She's supposed to walk inside. So if something jump the curb, I get hit first. It's strength. But if I'm walking and she's walking behind me, and she's not getting these looks and turns and talk like we're talking about now my chivalry is now being, or my strength is now being tested. Because now I got to look around and be looking at all these men and shit, whistling at my woman like, what the hell? So why is it that us as black men are held in higher standards as far as strength and chivalry in that aspect, and every other nationality isn't? Because I see, not to be, racially biased and anything like that, but I see the other nationalities walking, and the woman is on the curb. She opened the door for herself. She's showing more strength or more chivalry for herself than anybody. But we are held at that higher mentality. Like, you gonna open the door for me?
I'll answer that twofold. I'm gonna answer it, but then I'm gonna answer it with a question.
Okay.
So the reason why black men we're held to a higher standard is that Southern thing.
Okay.
What we call Southern hospitality.
Right on.
Most, especially in the Southern states. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you put your woman on the inside. Just like if you walk in your child, you don't let your child walk next to the curb. Not that you can stop this car coming full speed from hitting you and then hitting her. It's just it's the mentality of I'm in between you. I'm protecting you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's that Southern hospitality, that Southern gentleman thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? How you raised by your grandmothers and your moms and aunts, and it's that whole yes ma'am, and that whole aspect. But the reason why we're held at such a high, to me, I feel we're held at a higher standard is because of that Southern aspect. You see it a lot in Southern states, where that, hey, man, why you letting her walk on the curb? Or why you letting her fall behind you? You know what I'm saying? Be a gentleman. This is how we are in the South. It's that whole speak to everybody on the porch type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? But I'll ask a question to answer that question. How do y'all approach if your young lady, your wife, your girlfriend wants to come to the gym and work out with you, knowing that there's men in the gym? How do you handle that aspect? Because the woman comes in there with the tights on, and then you got other men in her. A man gonna be a man. Now, how do you handle that? You know what I'm saying?
Don't hit us over some knowledge on that one, man. Yeah, I mean,
man,
man can be a little.
I guess the first part of that question about the chivalry and opening the doors and not walking on the outside of the curb. That's the way I was raised. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by my dad and my mom, and I got 3 sisters. Right. So me as a young boy, my daddy instilled in me that you open the door for your mom, you pump your mom gas. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't let your mom, walk behind you. You always, walk behind your mom, so you observe everything. Same thing with your sisters. Right. So yeah, I think it's the upbringing. Indeed. And then the second part of that is, what I'm saying, you got to make sure that if you're in a relationship with somebody, you want to make sure that you have that communication to allow them to be themselves, but to also let them know that you're about to go out in public. And me as a man, I don't want to be tested in that way going to a gym to where, like they say, I got to prove my love every night. You know what I'm saying? Indeed. So, I think it's a balance.
Is it more on the woman to govern herself accordingly, knowing she's going in the gym with you? Or is it on you to let everybody in the gym know that it's me?
Well,
I think it's a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got a girl, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to let it be known that that's mine. I'm going to come touch her in a way, But I'm not hoping. I would like to think that my woman understands that we finna go to a gym, so you can't have your breasts out, can't have your ass out.
But there's certain attire that they have to wear to get,
it's
gonna be tights and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's just, but everybody is thinking about respect.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I know when I have a woman, she's gonna be bad. So look. Yeah. Like you can look, you know what I'm saying, but it's a respect thing as well. You know what I'm saying?
Your mama say, hey, when you walk in the store, don't touch nothing.
Don't
look,
touch nothing.
Don't touch. Yeah. So That's a good. That's a good segue to the next topic or to the next thing. But before we get to that point, what you smoking on today? I see everybody got the cigars in hand, but we haven't talked about it. What you smoking on today?
Oh man, I'm smoking on this house blend roll cigar from Smoking Jacket.
Oh, there it is, Smoking Jacket.
Yeah, the Smoking Jacket has
has
a real nice house blend cigar that they have. Man, this cigar is full body. You know, I love the taste. It has like a little peppery kind of spice taste to it, so nice and smooth. And like I say, when I'm drinking something along with it, it just enhances that.
I like it. I like it. What you got?
Shout
Big
out
Sean?
to Miss Roz.
Yeah,
Miss
Miss
Roz,
Roz.
yeah.
DJ Grady. You know what I'm saying?
On the ones and twos, craved out.
The owners of Smoking Jacket.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good people over there. Me, I'm getting ready to smoke on this. It's called Bueno. Y'all know my Spanish. It's called Bueno Ventura. Ventura. It's a budget cigar, as the owner of Cigar Art was telling me about. He said if you're looking to smoke a great cigar on a budget, this is a great cigar. It's only $7.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He said, but it's a real good smoke. So I'm gonna tap into this today, and so forth.
And if you guys ever ask a question or don't know, we are at Sigars here in the Bishop Arts District. You know what I mean? Great shout out to them. It's a great ambiance. You know, come have a smoke. They have a huge humidor. You know, like we did a few episodes ago. Come through. They can give you everything that you're looking for. I'm on this Placencia.
Come on now.
But I'm on this. I'm on this black label. You know what I mean? It's really smooth.
Can't go wrong with them.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm hooked. I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna venture out, but I'm gonna come back home. You know what I mean? So we talked about the strength. You know, we got a good mindset on that. Let's talk about this style. The style aspect of this thing. So there are a lot of ups and downs to cigars and the style that is brought by when you're smoking a cigar. A lot of people think you have to look a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to act a certain way. Well, you know, so on. So there's some cigar lounges that you can't walk into without having the right ambiance. And I know we've talked about it several times. What is it that I would say wants you or brings you to be like, okay, I want to go check out that cigar lounge, and then the style that you expect when you go into that cigar, the ambiance.
I think the style, the fashion side of it, it's pretty much a mentality, your mentality. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, certain cigar lounges have a dress code. Some have an unwritten, a lot of them have an unwritten dress code. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the type of event or the type of lounge it is, the type of crowd. Me, I like to be comfortable but fashionable. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I go in a cigar lounge, I look at it as an opportunity to be comfortable, fashionable, but I'm also looking for the opportunity to test out new things. You know what I'm saying? Because you see so many different fashions in cigar lounges. You have football games going on, so you want to put your best jersey on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It just depends on what you're going in there for. But I always look at it as an opportunity for me to be fashionable but comfortable in what I'm wearing. And my biggest concern was always getting the smell out of my clothes. Right. Once I get up out this outfit, now I gotta take it to the cleaners. Right. Accrue this large bill, and it's like, okay, how do I take care of this issue? Because, like I say, I want to be fashionable, so that means I'm gonna wear some of my nice stuff. Mm-hmm. But how do I take care of the smell? Because that's sometimes it's the intimidating part about going into a cigar lounge. And then you go in there and you dress down and you see everybody else dressing fly, and you like, man, I'm gonna wear my fly stuff, but you can't get the smell out your clothes. You don't want your good stuff smelling like smoke. Bro had a good. You said something
a few episodes ago. Yeah. About how to do that, get that smell out.
Man, so being on social media, looking at different things, came across this. I guess you could call this more like a Febreze, but without all the chemicals in it, right? So they came up with this. Person was saying that to get any smell out of any type of fabric, any type of clothes, any type of smell in your house. Saw this lady pour half of fabric softener, other half water, and then put like a little bit of alcohol in there. Shook the bottle up and spray it, and it lasts for days. So when I come home from the cigar lounge, I take my clothes, spray it down, and then I put them in the dirty clothes before I wash it, right? And it takes the smoke out. It takes the smoke out of my house, out of my car, if I still have that scent lingering around. It's 1 part alcohol, 1 part water, 1 part fabric softener. And it's any fabric softener, don't matter. It's about what you want it to smell like. But yeah, it takes everything, all the smell and everything out of your clothes.
Women, don't try it on your wigs. Don't spray it on your hair. I know some women out there like, will that work on my hair? No, don't do that. Right. I mean, wash it. Yeah.
But hey, women, y'all need to chime in.
Yeah, chime in
women
on that.
Some other day, because I know a lot of women do wear the wigs or whatever. So tell the women how to.
Because I know when the woman has a wig on, they got to take them off. They got to wash it themselves. I know it can be a lot of hard work, especially if you got to wake up the next morning and wear the same thing and you ain't got multiple wigs on one song. So what is a good method?
Told y'all we're going to have a good time on this.
Women, what's a good method to get the smell out of your hair instead of going through that rigorous process of, if you get your hair done once a week and you go to a cigar lounge, you can't wait till the next week to get your hair done. What can you do? Women, chime in. Talk to us. Let us know.
I'm posting that.
Right, posting that.
I'm posting that.
Got it. I want to hear these answers. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for that today. But
it's a wonderful thing. And another thing about the style, women, talk to your sisters about the bonnets. Talk to your sisters about the bonnets. Yeah, I mean, we conversate about the style. Yeah, I mean,
we all family here. We all family.
It's a lot of women that
they wearing bonnets in the cigar lounge.
Hey man, I've seen it all, brother. I've seen it all.
I'm posting that.
It's like if you go to a spot, there's a thing again back to the black culture of thing that we were held at a higher standard. And that standard was put in place by our grandparents, our parents, and so forth and so on. Now I think that slipped by the wayside because we're not governed or we're not governing each other accordingly. So there are a lot of things that are slipping by, and women are walking here with bonnets on, going to this spot with bonnets on, going to this with nothing on, or half clothes. Men, pull your pants up. Yeah, I mean, yes. Come on, hold yourself at a standard where you're looked at in a presentable aspect. And it's not, it's not saying that you ain't fly, you ain't a G, you ain't a gangster, whatever you want to be, because your pants, you got a belt on. Yeah, I don't want to see your drawers. Have your drawers Calvin Klein. You be wearing some pictures. Like, come on, man. Like, we don't want to see all that, brother. Come on, you know what I mean? But that's that's my 2 cents on the style aspect of life. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but jumping back into that style question.
Yeah.
Like Sherm said, man, I like to be comfortable, but also fashionable, right? And you got some days where, I've probably bought a piece of clothing and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna rock this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna piece it together. Me, like I'm a little different, I love shoes,
mm-hmm.
Jordans especially. But I got some hard bottoms I can bring out, and dress up with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm hitting a cigar lounge, you know what I'm saying, my first time probably going, I'm probably gonna jump fly.
Indeed.
I'm gonna probably throw on something nice with some Jordans, piece it together with a hat, and I'm in that thing comfortable. But as we start to go along, like, we hitting upscale cigar lounges, especially when it get hot. It get hot in Texas. Then I could jump super fly. I could pull out, button downs, nice slacks, some nice hard bottoms. So I guess it's just about, the ambiance of the cigar lounge I'm going to, and I guess the scalability of that, cigar lounge.
So that I think that's a good point where I want to ask this question here. So we have a certain style that we go by.
Mm-hmm.
We want to put our best foot forward. We want to look a certain way, going in certain places, and so forth and so on. So we go into this cigar lounge, or we go and we take this and we do so forth and so on. And let's say that we have this expensive habit, like you say, you were good on the J's and so forth and so on. But I also now want to smoke cigars. So as I get older, I know that all this money that I'm spending on shoes, I'm going to back off. And now, how can I got this money sitting here? Now let's get into the stocks aspect of it, because now I have this money that I was having that I would spend on shoes. I'm finding good ways to spend minimal amounts on cigars. Like Bro said, he got a nice $7 cigar over here, and sometimes make me want to go to a $20 cigar. So my revenue now has become a lot more visible to me, but I want to see my money make money. What's a good way in certain stock aspects for my money to make my money for me instead of just sitting there?
Before he answers that, I'm gonna need to step away for a second and take care of some stuff. So I'm gonna let these gentlemen hold it down for the rest of the conversation, man. But I did just post that question, ladies. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all answers. Again, he went left field. Talking about y'all wigs and y'all bonnets.
I'm sorry.
But if I see a bonnet in the cigar line, yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna probably be like a little offended too. But the wigs, hey.
I'm sorry.
y'all tap in, and again, hit that like, subscribe button.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
But I'm gonna let y'all finish this conversation.
So getting into the I guess the talk about your budget and stocks, right?
Yeah.
Me, I had to learn how to budget my money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also I knew that, I have guilty pleasures, right? Buying shoes, buying clothes, having a drink,
Mm-hmm.
buying these cigars, any type of new technology, that's my guilty pleasure. So I just learned how to budget my money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to create different accounts,
right?
And I only tap into those accounts for what I'm going to do, right? Okay. So it's not like, for me, I just put about 10% into my investment account every month,
mm-hmm.
with every pay period,
right?
And then I put about 5% for me to play with,
okay,
right? So I know that, okay, if I'm gonna buy my cigars, I'm only buying my cigars from this account that I have to buy my cigars out of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dibble and dabble in any other of my accounts.
Right.
I buy my cigars from my one account,
mm-hmm.
but also I have my investment account that I put into the stock market every pay period so that I can see my money work for me.
So you would say it's good to have multiple checking and multiple savings, there's multiple accounts just across the board, or?
So me, I have multiple checking accounts.
Okay.
But then I have a high yield savings account.
Okay.
Right. So my high yield savings account gives me 4% on whatever type of money I have saved in there. Right. And that's every month. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think it's a great thing to have multiple accounts, right? Because you just taking money out of one account, you really don't have a chance to budget the way that you want to, because you're spending from the principle of everything in there.
Okay, so let me ask you this. everybody, or the typical man
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age doesn't. A lot makes six figures, some makes less.
Right.
So that means that their monthly income, let's say their monthly checks are maybe, let's say $4,000 on average. So that means each check after taxes, after everything, is maybe around $1,200, something like that. Let's say they're living, they living in a shitty apartment or whatever. So whatever is maybe $700-800 on that a month. So they're putting that to the side. So now they have maybe $400. Let's say $400 a month to work with. How would you break that up to make it beneficial for you? You know, would you just separate it and put so much in each account, or would you start? How would you do that?
Yeah, I would definitely do that. So for one, the way I would break that down is I would have an account that my check is deposited in.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I would take that checking account and disperse my money. I would allocate my money based off of my bills, my investments, and then money that I'm going to play with for the rest of the month. Right? That's how I would break it down. Right? But you definitely have to take care of your living, right?
Mm-hmm.
First. And then after that, I'm going to make sure that I pay myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my investments, right? Because, most people say pay yourself first.
Right.
But like I said, in this day and age, we got a lot of people living check to check. They don't have a chance to pay themselves.
Exactly.
But also, you want to be able to have your money work for you, right? So to kind of finish this up, I saw this blog that it was talking about investing, right? And I was talking to my son about this, where it was saying if you're in your 20s
mm-hmm.
and you invest $6,000 a year into the stock market,
mm-hmm.
you'll be a millionaire within 20 years, right? The older we get, the more you have to invest, right?
Makes
so, it's all about starting early.
Yeah, that's what it is. I definitely agree with you. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in this time. Next time we come back, we're going to have a lot more information, a lot more stuff to talk about. Ladies, chime in. Everyone else, anybody else, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, hey, ask them. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We'll give our input. And if you guys have input, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. So until the next time, boy, Big Sherman's gone. 10,000 watts is here. Bishop is one. See you next time.